Bring up our next funny lady, one Miss Haley Hoffmeister.
Hi. Thanks, friends. So I'm Haley, and I'm a comedian. So recently, I just decided that I should start making notes if I think something is funny. So can you hear me on my phone, actually? 'Cause it's vintage. It's a 4S. Don't be jealous. Okay, so on September 28th, I wrote, Costco has gigantic Star of David necklaces. On October 3rd, I wrote, when grown men have private Instagram accounts. Thank you. I have 2 little boys, and sometimes people think that they're my little brothers. And knowing that that's even like a possibility in people's minds has made me an incredibly lazy parent. It's kind of terrible though, because to me, like, the only thing that's like important with my kids is that I want them to be like hilarious. So it's like everything else is like, whatever, like, you don't need to be a good person, just be funny. So I'm like coaching my son's soccer team the other day, and he like turns to another little boy and goes, "Jane, you ignorant slut." And I was like, do you think you can get that into like a bumper sticker? Like, my son said, "Jane, you ignorant slut," to another little boy. But there are some really terrible things about parenthood that people don't warn you about. So just like before you have kids, just know that there's like a terrible thing called play dates. You might think it's when your child gets to spend time with one of their friends, but it's actually when you get to spend like 3 hours with an adult who's not your friend. When you have kids, you don't have any time to hang out with your friends anymore, but you'll get to spend like an entire afternoon at McDonald's Playland with someone you hate. My younger son, he only wants to be friends with people if he's sure that their parents will make me miserable. So like the first day of school, he'll like look around at all the parents like standing outside the classroom, and he'll find that one lady who has like cult style hair down to her ankles. And then she like pulls out a tiny doll brush and starts brushing her creepy hair in front of everyone. And he'll go up to that lady and he'll be like, "Hi, I'm Luke. What's your kid's name?" "Bathsheba?" "Okay, I want to have a play date with Bathsheba because I want my mom to hang out with you." So he really wanted to have a play date with this little girl named Sabrina, and I was a little bit leery because Sabrina's parents spelled her name Subryna. So it turned out that Sabrina is always with her father, and he only likes to meet in public places, so I don't try to rape him. So we we met at McDonald's, and while our kids played in those colored balls that are covered with feces, I got to hear what isn't biblical. Now, I've gone to church like my entire life, but I'd never be like, "That's not biblical." Right? Because that's like never a theologian. It's always a guy holding a McFlurry. So I don't know if you guys heard about Michael Eisner. He said that he was the head of Disney, and he said that the most impossible thing to find was a woman who's both beautiful and funny. which is just like so refreshing, right? Because it's just like exhausting to try to be two things. Like, you can just be one. What a relief. So yeah, I mean, but if you think about it, like, you can't really like blame him if you think about like the women that he worked with in Hollywood. Like, they were definitely beautiful and great actresses, but they weren't necessarily like comedians. Like, he worked with Jasmine, Ariel, Belle. Like, these are actresses that don't even need a last name. Like, we're familiar with their work, right? And think about it, like Jasmine, like, no one else could have played that role. Like, Kim Kardashian wasn't the actress that she is now, so it's like, it had to be Jasmine, right? And, I mean, I don't really know what it would have looked like if she was, like, funny. Would she be like, yeah, I really want to go sit on your dirty rug. Cool hat / hockey puck. Not to mention, if she was funny, I feel like it wouldn't be like necessarily believable that she would fall for Aladdin, because think about like some of the other actors in that film. Like, one of the best like comedic actors of our time was in that film, Genie, right? You're familiar with Genie? Like, seriously, amazing comedic actor, probably next to like Chris Rock and the late Robin Williams. I'd say Genie. Right? And then you have like Ariel, like beautiful, right? And like method actor, like she didn't even have her voice. But not funny, like not gonna compete with Flotsam and Jetsam, right? And then Belle, already two things. Like, she had books, she was already smart, right? But like, was she really gonna be funny? Like, she would be like, there's something sweet and almost kind, but he was mean and he was coarse and unrefined, but now he's dear and so unsure. I wonder why I didn't see it there before. Obviously, I'm kidding. Like, I didn't see it there because he's like literally a beast. That's like one step away from homosexuality. Right, Pat Robertson? Right, Phil Robertson? All right, thank you. That's my time.
I love it. You actually sound like a Disney princess. Is that